Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann, Supportive Oracle Cards, Energy Oracle Cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Libra. That's your card. Why are you over there? Why are you over on this side? What are you doing in the environment there, Libra? What's going on with that? That's really curious. Okay. So, I'm kind of getting excited about this, but let's get into it first. Ten of Cups with the Angel of Strength. Starting right off. It feels like you're holding... Are you holding it together? Because I feel like you're holding all these strings together. Like you're keeping everything together. It's not like it takes a lot of like... I know it says Angel of Strength, but it's kind of like... How do I put this? It's not like brute strength, but kind of like... I'm keeping all of these things together. And it's mental strength. Like, I'm keeping all of these things in the right spot. I'm making sure that person's okay over there. That one's okay over there. This one's okay over here. I'm making sure nobody crosses any lines. I'm making sure if anybody says something out of turn that I smooth that over. It's a lot of mental strength. A lot of mental strength. And just keeping track of people and how they're treating each other. So that way if something starts to go weird, you get right in there. You sort it out. Everybody's cool. We don't have to have an issue. This is where it's starting. Ten of Cups, everybody getting along, but I feel like you're the strength behind why at this point. And it may be a thankless job. Like, other people may not see it that way, but I feel like you're putting in a lot of effort for people to get along. Again, I think it might be a thankless job. And I'm getting the Two of Pentacles here in the environment. Like, people seem to be thinking and... People seem to be weighing the pros and cons of something. What are they weighing? Like, you're smoothing something over. It takes a lot of effort, but something is like it's waiting below the surface. And I'm getting like the Two of Pentacles backed up with the first chakra, the base chakra. There's something here that needs to be said. I feel like this might be a part of the puzzle that we need to figure out here. You're smoothing things over, you're doing well, but I feel like they're also saying with this job that seems like a thankless job, somebody is like, if something keeps resurfacing, I feel like you already know that, like, wait, if it keeps resurfacing, why? But if it keeps resurfacing in different ways, like, I'm trying to understand what they're showing me, because it's almost like, you know, somebody wants to move, but they're not saying they want to move. They're saying, oh, look at that house over there. Let's look at these houses. And you're like, well, I don't think you need to look at those houses. Oh. Wouldn't it be nice if this house had like one of those skylights? Well, this isn't that type of house. You could have those type of things. Oh, you're right. This isn't the type of house you can have a skylight. But wouldn't it be nice? Can you imagine if this house had a tennis court? You're like, what? This is not the type of house. Like, we have 2 acres, but it's all covered with all this other stuff. It's not going to happen. Yeah, I know. And it's interesting, like, or they keep talking about, you know, isn't it nice to travel? Isn't traveling fun? They keep bringing up, like, hints that they don't want to live where they live right now. I feel like you can figure that out. Somebody keeps bringing up a situation, and they're trying to find a way to move or change something, and it's like a base need. There's something they want to change. This could be also like a diet thing. Maybe they have to have a restricted diet, and you're like, well, you can't have a lot of salt because that doesn't work. It's going to cause you to have a heart attack or whatever. They're like, yeah, but I'd really like salt. Oh, look at that food. Can you see how that food? Doesn't that look great? And you're like, yeah, we can make a low salt version of that. Oh, yeah, I guess. But it's kind of like saying something isn't working here. Something isn't working. They keep bringing something up, and they're going to break the rules. I feel like that's what we're worried about. This is the point where I think usually Libra starts going, uh-oh, wait a minute, we're headed towards something. what are we heading towards? So if we use the food analogy, because we know I love food analogies, okay, say they're on a low salt diet, but the way they're doing it is like they're just omitting it. That's it. Kind of like instead of having, their egg with a little bit of salt on it when they eat it, they're just not having anything. They're just having plain eggs. That's it. Or whatever you would normally put salt on. Run with it. Or maybe like avocado. Do you put salt on avocado? Or whatever you put salt on. They're just not putting in. Like if you put salt on your meal, the salt shakers are just not there. They're just not putting it on. That's how they're handling it. And you're starting to realize like they're starting to really crave salt. It's starting to be an issue. So you're like, wait a minute, all right. I know they're going to get salt sooner or later because they're not liking this. This isn't working. Do we have alternatives? Is there another way to handle this? Like, I don't know if Mrs. Dash is still a thing or not. I don't know. But like, are there alternatives? Can we use a different spice instead of salt that won't raise their blood pressure or cause them problems? What other options do we have? How can we add flavor for them where it's not going to hurt them, but they still get their satisfaction? This is, because you have the healer of ages on your side, which is kind of like, okay, I know sooner or later with the Page of Pentacles, it's just a matter of time before something's going to happen. And where you start to go, all right, wait a minute, I got to think of a different way. They're heading for a fail. I know it's going to happen. I'm not going to sit there and watch them every time they eat. And and you're kind of like, it could even be to the point where you're literally sitting right across from them eating. You turn around to get something out of the kitchen. Boom, 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 boom. There goes all the salt. They just hide it. They're just hiding it and putting it on their food, and you just don't know they're doing it. And you're aware of this. They're like, it could go that way. I need to find them an alternative to where we can get around this. I need to find another alternative to where we can still satisfy this person, and it's not an issue. Okay, let's see how we can go. So we keep going forward, and I'm seeing like when I see the baton flip, it's another page. This is the Page of Fire. That was the Page of Earth. Pentacles is Earth. Page of Wands. Fire. Fire is Wands. It just randomly happens. They just throw care to the wind, and they break the rule. Whatever rule they're supposed to hold to, like we're using salt as the analogy here. They're like, screw it. I'm having salt. I need flavor. I can't stand it. I don't care. Bam, bam. Salt shaker all over the place. There they go. Even having eggs, putting the salt on the eggs. There we go. This happens. You knew it was going to happen. You knew it was. I think this is the whole point. You knew it was kind of going to happen sooner or later. And I'm getting kind of like, whatever alternative you were trying to find, it just didn't come into the situation just yet. And I'm getting kind of like, you were trying to find alternatives, you didn't find one just yet. And I'm getting the Five of Cups with the cornucopia is saying, you have an alternative. You have one. But you weren't able to get it in there yet. And it's kind of like, they're abandoning the whole idea. And you're like, wait, we can do something else, and they don't want to do it. Hold on to you have the solution. You have it. Hold on to it. We got to wait for this person to come around and realize they have to try again. Because you do have the solution. It's just like when the Five of Cups shows up with it in the cornucopia, it's kind of like, I have the solution, but they're not taking it. They won't listen to me. They won't do it. They won't go along with it. They're walking away. But they're walking away with your card. Justice is your card. Justice is Libra. They're not going to be able to walk away from this for long. Whatever rule they're breaking that they have to adhere to, because like that's why I'm using the salt, because it's kind of like, it seems more kind of like you're only going to get away with that so long before you're starting to pay the dividends of breaking that rule. You know what I mean? If you have salt issues and you can't have that, you start breaking the rules sooner or later. Not too long down the line, actually, you're going to start seeing the outcome of breaking that rule. So it's kind of like, all right, how do I get them to come back towards me? Because they're walking away, but justice is right there by their side, which means they're going to need you. They're going to need you. They're going to have to come back around. And I'm getting on your side, like, you got the Four of Cups, like, oh, I don't want them to have a problem before they come back towards me. I don't want them to have big issues, like, if you have high blood pressure, especially, having salt can really cause damage that may not be reversible. And I feel like that's what you're looking at. That's how you're feeling about this. Kind of like, How far do they have to stray before they come back? Because I don't really want this to get that bad. Do they really have to stray that far? Do they really have to do this that way? And you got the Four of Cups, kind of like, they're going to come back towards you, but I feel like you're concerned. Like, how far do they have to stray before they come back? What I'm getting is, like, well, it's the blue chakra, which is the throat chakra, communication with the Six of Swords. Oh, okay. I like this. I did feel excited about this, and now I'm feeling excited about it again. This is probably going to take a repetitious conversation. I feel like you already know what that means. For those of you this is hitting with, I don't think that's anywhere near a shock. But you have to keep reminding this person. You keep going that way, there's your outcome. You don't have to do that. And start telling them about your solutions. They may not hear you very much. You might have to keep telling them that. For example, if we're going to make this really simple, I think Mrs. Dash is still a viable solution. I don't know for sure. But I think it's a salt alternative where you can add salt and flavor to your food without actually getting the negative effects of salt. I think. Don't quote me on that. Research it yourself if you have to use that. So go there. You just kind of show up with a thing and like, just try it. Just try it for this meal. I feel like you have to keep doing that. Just try it for this meal. Just try it. Just try it. Here, I got the low sodium soup again, which is okay for you. Let's just try some of this on there. See if it works. If it doesn't, that's okay. All right, let's try the eggs. Let's put this on the eggs. Let's see if that works. Let's just try it. You have solutions. You have solutions. You might have to like keep reminding them like, you don't have to end up with that heart attack. You don't have to end up with that stroke. You don't have to end up with the kidney failure or whatever else comes with it. I don't know what comes up with it. But you're kind of like, you don't have to go down that road. Just, all I'm asking is just try it. Can we just try it? And it might start out with just one meal, for example. You know, if we're doing that. Like, you're not expecting to win them over, but like if you could get them to at least try it for one meal. And maybe they'll begrudgingly say, well, I guess it wasn't that bad. And then you just keep bringing it back. Like, come on, let's try another meal. Can we at least just try it for a week? Can you just commit to it for a week and just see if your body gets used to it? Maybe you'll like it more if your body gets used to it. I feel like you have to keep reminding them. They don't have to have this horrible moment. They can kind of get past this horrible moment. They can enjoy the Six of Swords. This is how they can get out of this bad outcome. But you're going to have to keep talking and talking and talking about it. It may turn out that they just kind of appease you because they don't want to hear about it anymore. Hey, if it gets the desired result, that's the result you want. You don't want this person to have a bad moment. I know that may sound unfavorable. That's unfair to you. I get that. You know, I get that. Because it's not fair. Like, the only reason somebody's doing what you want is because they don't want to hear you go on about it again. But if it gets your result, like, I just feel like that's insulting to you, and I apologize for it. I don't know why, because I feel bad about it, because it's kind of like somebody just doing it to shut you up. As if they're like, oh, if that will shut you up, I'll do it. It's not fair. I just feel like it's rude to you, and I apologize. I keep wanting to apologize for it because I feel bad about it. I'm like, it's not nice that that's how that's coming, because you're really doing what's best for this person. So, I just have empathy for it. I really, because I feel like if I was trying to help somebody, and then they said that to me, I'd be like, really? Really? I'm doing something, I'm trying to help you, and you're treating me like that? Like, really? Because I feel like that's where I'm feeling somebody say that to me, and it just hurts my feelings. It's just like, really? I'm looking out for you, and you're going to say that to me? But you'll get the desired outcome, because I can see some people I very, very much care about saying that to me, but I can also see myself going, if it saves your life and it keeps you around 10 more years, whatever. Like, I'll swallow it. It's fine. I'll just let it roll off my back. I'll be fine. Long as we get that desired outcome where this person stays in my life for another decade, it's worth it. Because I think you are going to win this one. I just feel like it's really harsh to you. I really feel like it hurts your feelings. You can tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, because I just feel like you're doing something really good. It's just like, again, in the very beginning I said a thankless job, and I'm feeling again. I'm like, it's thankless, but you're doing something really good for this person. And to you, it's like, it's worth it because I want them to hang out. It's worth it because I want better for them. Whoever this person is, it's worth it for you, and I get that. Otherwise, I don't see why you'd put up with it. All right, are we good? Good. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.